Mixed critical reactions aside, Bioware's Mass Effect Andromeda has made quite the impact on its player base. Fans are beginning to realize how dense the overall experience is from the story to the side missions. Of course, this being an open-world game set in the Mass Effect universe, it only makes sense that there would be more than a few Easter eggs and secrets to discover. Whether it's referencing the original trilogy, sneaking in some clever movie references, or even familiar voices, there's a lot to discover in Mass Effect Andromeda. Let's take a look at 15 secrets and Easter eggs from the game. If it weren't obvious already, there will be spoilers regarding Mass Effect Andromeda, and even some from the original trilogy. Javik and TALI'S voice actors. While it does suck that your favorite characters from the original trilogy aren't the stars, that doesn't mean they're gone. The aura to Sony can be heard in some of Alec Ryder's voice logs, but the biggest surprises come from random NPCs. On Eos, you'll meet Darket Tirian, a Turian who has the same voice as the lovable Quarian Tali Zora Naraya. Later, you'll encounter an Angaran voiced by the same actor as Javik, the Prothean from Mass Effect 3. Who knows which other voice actors from the original trilogy are lurking in the Andromeda universe. Gremlins. Everybody likes the Pyjak, right? Who wouldn't want their own pet in space after all? Well, as it turns out, the Pyjak have a few issues, not unlike those affecting the Gremlins from the cult classic movie franchise. In a message from Professor Herrick, you're informed to not feed the Pyjak past 11:59 p.m., not to bathe or shower him, and to limit his exposure to solar radiation, which could kill a Mogwai in the Gremlins films. C-137. Mass Effect Andromeda doesn't just call back to famous film franchises or previous games, it also sneaks in a reference to popular animated TV show Rick and Morty. Wander in the corridor outside the Nexus Tech Lab and you'll see the number C-137. This is the number given to Rick and Morty's home dimension, though as time passes it becomes unclear whether they are still in their original dimension or not. Many are already speculating that the glitches in Andromeda could be due to the writers being away from their home dimension. Anything is possible, right? Wubba lubba dub dub. Z7 Imp. If you're observant enough in the Tempest, you'll notice an odd action figure that resembles the Imp's mech from Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Even more intriguing is how it's the Z7 Imp, a special Mass Effect-inspired skin for the character that could be obtained on pre-order in Garden Warfare 2. Given how they're both published by EA, this is hardly a coincidence, and no, this isn't the only Easter egg from PopCap's famous series. SAREN'S Apprentice, of sorts. You didn't think Saren was completely gone from Mass Effect, did you? Well, he is, like super gone and super dead. However, in Andromeda, it's possible to meet Avitus Rix, a former Spectre who was already recommended to the Council by none other than Saren. Rix even notes that if one believed the rumors, Saren was ruthless, not crazy. A callback to your Paragon choice during the final battle in Mass Effect 1, perhaps, where Shepard could convince Saren to fight his Reaper programming. N7 Armor. Earning the rank of N7 isn't an easy task. Every N7 soldier we've seen has gone through rigorous training to achieve it, and just putting on N7 grade armor isn't exactly going to be taken kindly, so naturally Ryder can don Shepard's N7 armor and prance about in Andromeda. Don't do it in front of August Bradley, the appointed mayor of Eos, though. He'll rip you a new one. He's not going to make you take it off, though, so just keep doing you. Varric Tethras. Upon completing the game, you'll receive several messages of congratulations in your mail. One such message comes from V. Tethras, who calls it a great story and will write a book about your adventure. If the name sounds familiar, it's because that's Varric Tethras from Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Inquisition. The dwarf is known for his Hard in Hightown series of novels and, well, archery as well, we suppose. Anders and Hawke. Other messages in your terminal include Anders from Dragon Age 2 telling you to blow the roof off the place, and Carver Hawke, aka Seahawk, saying he could have helped if he had a Sam. No, Carver Hawke isn't the protagonist of Dragon Age 2, he's actually the younger brother of our main man, or woman, Hawke, the more you know. Fun fact, he was also in Dragon Age Inquisition despite not making a full-blown appearance and could either be a Templar or Grey Warden. DAWNSTAR. Bioware's underrated kung fu-centric action RPG Jade Empire also has a small reference in Andromeda. When cruising through the Faroese system, you'll come across a comet called DAWNSTAR. Described as very bright, this is a reference to the character DAWNSTAR from Jade Empire, who's named after a mysterious light. While she can also sense spirits, the comet is only useful as minerals when mined, truly a faithful representation of her abilities. Star Wars. Spotted before Andromeda's release, Ryder will quote Han Solo from Star Wars during Liam's loyalty mission. When eliminating the guards, you'll receive communication from the enemy bridge about the commotion. Ryder will proceed to talk about a weapons malfunction and how everything's fine before asking, "How are you?" This comedic exchange directly calls back to Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope, when Han Solo and Luke Skywalker annihilate several stormtroopers on the Death Star while disguised as the same. The exchange that follows with Ryder and Liam taking turns cutting off the villain is even funnier. Please don't touch. In Mass Effect 3, it was possible to find a terminal with a button that could be repeatedly pressed. This prompted annoying responses from the operator present, which is made further hilarious by just how many responses there are. This same scenario returns in Mass Effect Andromeda. On Kadara, inside of a cave, you'll find a Solarian next to a terminal, and continuously pressing it will prompt responses from him. Seriously, even if he tells you to stop, just keep doing it. You know you want to. Plants vs. Zombies. Another Plants vs. Zombies Easter egg can be spotted in the crew's quarters. Check out one of the lower bunks and you'll see two plushies, the pea shooter from the plant side and the scientist from the zombie side. Maybe it's clever product placement, or maybe Andromeda's travelers really like Plants vs. Zombies. Heck, maybe Drac really likes plushies. Either way, it's a neat little nod. Cerberus Shuttle Colors. When exploring Kadara, you'll happen upon the classic UT-47 Kodiak drop shuttle from the previous games. This makes sense when you consider that despite taking place 600 years later, the Andromeda Initiative is still using relatively older technology. However, the one spotted on Kadara features the color scheme that Cerberus used for its shuttles. It's not a big deal, but certainly neat to see when exploring the planet. SPACEX. In the present-day world, SPACEX is pushing the boundaries of what's possible with space travel. This can be seen with the Falcon Heavy, an experimental rocket that will be used for exploration. In Andromeda, however, SPACEX is responsible for galvanizing space exploration. A model rocket that resembles the Falcon Heavy can be found in Ryder's room on the Tempest. This unlocks a codex entry talking about the organization's role in establishing the European Space Agency's first major settlement on Mars, which was in the original Mass Effect, by the way. Illusive Man. The Illusive Man, who served as the head of Cerberus in the original trilogy and one of the core antagonists in Mass Effect 3, is all over Andromeda. Not in person, of course, but his legacy lives on. First, there's Cora Harper, who drops several hints that the Illusive Man is her father. It's also interesting to note that they share the same last name. Old Illusive's real name is actually Jack Harper. But wait, there's more. When you comb through Alec's memory notes, you'll learn more about Garrus' father, who tells the senior writer that his son is working with Shepard and has verified the existence of the Reapers. Cue the mysterious benefactor, who never uses his real face in front of Alec Ryder to accelerate the Andromeda Initiative, effectively saving the colonists from the Reapers. Finally, at some point, you can encounter former Cerberus scientists now working for the Initiative with a datapad in the room, including emails regarding the Illusive Man and even Miranda Lawson. That'll be it for this video. If you like what we're doing, please go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.